guys, and welcome to VEDA day 24. Today is Saturday and I am so thankful for a little bit of a break. I actually slept in this morning, which is so nice. Sleeping in is not something that I enjoy doing. I really like getting up early and getting my day going, getting things done as soon as possible. That is definitely how I thrive. However, the past few weeks have been just a lot to manage. You know, I have been very busy in all aspects. For a long time, you know, like social events were really postponed just because of COVID, obviously. And now restrictions are loosening just a little bit, and I think that that's meaning that more things are happening. So we've been a little bit busier outside of the house recently. A little bit, I mean, you know, still not really, but we've had more things than usual recently. And then school, of course, these last couple of weeks before the semester ends, and then business. I've been doing VEDA, which is absolutely amazing. I've been having so much fun with it, but it is a lot to manage, a lot to handle, and then pair that with all the other normal business stuff that I'm still doing. So it's been a lot. It's been a big month, but I am so grateful for it. It's been a really good month. And I just kind of made the decision today to sleep in a little bit, take a little bit of a break, take some time to just rest. And I'm so grateful that I did that. I feel so much better, full of so much more energy than I have been, and I'm very grateful for that. So anyway, that being said, as soon as I got up, I immediately got to work because I knew that I did not want to waste. I use that term loosely because I don't believe sleeping is a waste of time, but I didn't want to spend any more time sleeping or doing nothing. And I immediately got to work, and I've already gotten so much stuff done. I had a few videos to edit. I got today's VEDA vlog up. So that's awesome. Yeah, got a lot of stuff done. And so it is currently 11:23. I'm actually fixing lunch today, so I need to do that. I need to start doing that in just a few minutes. But there are 3 projects that I am focusing on today. First, I do want to weave in all of the ends on these socks and blog them today. I'm going to be filming a podcast tomorrow, and so I want these socks to look nicer than they do right now for that episode. They look great on my feet, but, you know, it just held straight. They haven't been blocked, so they're a little bit crazy looking. I did get a question asking if I could have woven in my ends as I went, and if I could, why didn't I? And that's a really good question. I totally could have. Like, you totally could just, you know, after you finish each section, weave in the ends from that section. For me personally, it's a little bit hard to manage when there are floats everywhere and the yarn is still on the needles. And like I was using the magic loop method, and so there was cables everywhere too. So it was a little bit too much to manage to try to weave in my ends. And honestly, it wouldn't have saved me a lot of time. It's not going to take me that long to weave in all these ends, and I would much rather just sit down and do all of them, you know, have my scissors and my yarn needle handy and ready to go, than to have them with me constantly and stop after each section to do that. So, I mean, take that with a grain of salt. Totally, you can leave them in as you go, and that is something that I think is very wise, but just not a decision that I decided to make for this exact pair of socks. So I'm going to be doing that at some point today, sooner rather than later actually, because I want them to be dry for tomorrow, and that's going to be a little bit of a challenge because it's not super warm and the sun isn't out today. So I need to do that as soon as possible. Actually, I'm just realizing that. Anyway, the second thing that I want to work on, I'm going to actually have to stand up and get it because it's on my bed. So my Maple Grove cardigan, which is a pattern by Janine of Knits and Knots, it is going to be in her book that she is releasing later this year. It's going to be absolutely amazing. I cannot even handle how awesome this book is going to be. But I am completely finished with this cardigan. All I have to do is sew on the pockets, which I made. I made one of them last night and one of them this morning. And then yesterday I finished seaming. I had done half of the seaming, and so I did the other half. And then I added the collar and the hem. So here is what it looks like with the finished collar, the finished hem. The sleeves are complete, like it is totally done. All I have to do is sew on these pockets. And the pockets are optional. I could have not done them, but I have really wanted a cardigan with pockets, and so I think this is a really good opportunity, especially since it even has the instructions in the pattern. So I thought it was a no-bueno, and I had enough yarn too, so it was really a good decision. So I just need to do that, and then I will also be sending in my feedback notes today as well for this. I'm not going to be able to get pictures today because the weather is just not good enough. It's super, super wet, and we're expecting more storms, possibly more aggressive storms this afternoon, and so I'm kind of just in a holding pattern on pictures. I still need to get pictures of my other tests that I completed as well, but again, those are both just going to have to wait until later on this week. I'm hoping that I can do a little photo shoot and get a whole bunch of pictures taken of all of these projects. And then I am also hoping to finish my second sock for Claire of Perfectly Knotted. These are her DK Sporty Shorty socks. And I'm almost done with these. I just have the rest of the arch support, well, just the rest of the foot left, basically, is the simplest way to say it. But yeah, so yesterday I knit the heel flap in the wrong color. But then I re-knit it and did the aggressive decreases yesterday. And so I just finished the last couple of rounds of those and did some of the arch support this morning. So yeah, that's my plans for the day. I'm hoping to finish those two projects. I need to work on a couple of designs as well. And then I actually do have a little bit of school that I have to get done this afternoon. I need to edit a paper and submit it. That is my main goal. For today, I'm kind of nervous about completing some other projects, but they're going to get done. It's just going to take a while, but that's okay. I'm really excited about having a more, I don't know, a quiet day, I guess. I think I have been all over the place this week. I have literally gone somewhere every single day, and that is not like me, at all. And so I think that has just kind of taken a toll as well, but anyway, very grateful for just today, and I'm excited to make some more progress on these projects. So I'm actually going to go ahead and seam on those pockets, I think, and then I will fix lunch and talk to you guys just a little bit later. Okay, so it is a little bit later now. We have had lunch and I have edited my paper. It is due tomorrow, but I'm really hoping to turn it in today. I was originally hoping to turn it in tomorrow, but that just didn't happen with everything else going on. So yeah, hoping for today for sure. Anyway, so it is currently 1:20. I'm about to get knitting. I have finished, I need to weave in a couple of ends. a few ends, actually, more than a couple. But other than that, my cardigan is complete, and I love it so much. So much. I have finished the pockets, which will look a little bit nicer once they are blocked. But I really like the way that they look now as well. Anyway, I love this thing so much. I'm so excited about it. I need to write up some feedback notes and send those in an email later this afternoon. And then I'll be getting some pictures next week. But other than that, that is done. And that was one of my goals for today. So I'm so happy that I was able to accomplish it. I am like completely in the mood of finish so that I can start some new designs, focus on new projects. There's just been a couple of things that I've been working on for a while now, and I'm ready to get them done and move on. So I'm going to be knitting on this sock for a little while, and it's definitely my next goal this afternoon of what to accomplish. I don't have much to go at all, which is awesome, and I'm really excited to continue working on it. I've been watching a show called Numbers. It's like a moto mystery show, but it's not as gory or graphic as some. I don't really like the, gory, blood everywhere type shows, but I do enjoy, like, some mystery, some suspense. I've enjoyed it in books, like, forever, but in shows as well as I've gotten older. So, anyway, that's a really good one. It's really cool because one of the characters is a math professor and, like, a math genius, and so he uses math to solve crimes. It's really interesting. I recommend it for sure. But anyway, I'm gonna watch some of that while I work on that sock, I think. Now, I did get a couple of questions on coffee, actually, on how I fix my iced coffee, because I've talked about it recently in I just lost my train of thought in one of my other VEDA vlogs, and multiple actually, and then I mentioned it in a podcast too, I think. So my favorite way to make it, I've kind of experimented with a few different ways, but currently the way that I personally think works best for me is, well, first of all, people always have, their coffee preferences. For me, I don't really enjoy sweet coffee. I really like the taste of just like pure coffee. So I like to add something in it, such as, I don't think I've ever actually had it with like straight cream, but I've had it with half and half a couple of times, and milk, like 2% milk is what we drink in the house, and so that is usually what I use. But I've also tried it with almond milk. I love almond milk. Like, I prefer it over regular dairy milk in cereal and just drinking it. But in coffee, I prefer regular 2% milk. So that is what I use. So anyway, I just make coffee normally, and then I put it in a jar like this. This is just one that we've reused, but mason jar is obviously a little bit more aesthetically appropriate. But anyway, I jar with a lid in the fridge and let it get completely cold, and then I just add like a couple tablespoons of milk or whatever, cream substance that you want to use, and then I like to shake it to just fully incorporate the milk, but also it kind of gives it a little bit extra foam. You could also froth it, which I have done before. I haven't done it in a while, but I have done it before, and it's super good. But shaking also works when it's like nice and cold, so you can kind of see like all of that already. So I mean, it's just air. It doesn't actually stay. It doesn't really affect the taste, but I just like it. Anyway, so that's what I do. Before, so my mom drinks coffee twice a day, and I only drink it in the afternoon. But usually she will just fix enough for both of us. But the only thing that I don't like about that is if I'm gonna have iced coffee, I don't think it works as well if you just put standard ice cubes in coffee that you already made, because it gets watered down. And I don't like that near as much. So you can make it more concentrated and then add regular ice cubes. So use less water to make it, and then put ice cubes in it after it's done. But I personally prefer this method of just making it ahead of time, remembering to make it ahead of time. and then letting it get nice and cold. But anyway, I'm going to enjoy that, and it takes a while to drink. It takes me like all afternoon to drink it because I do not drink beverages fast at all. But anyway, I'm going to enjoy that and knit on this sock, and hopefully next time I check in, I will have it complete. That is my goal for sure. So I will check in a little bit later. Okay, so it is about 5:11, and I am just working on this blanket some more, which is growing, and it is amazing, and I'm so excited to release this pattern. I cannot even begin to tell you. It is so simple. I just love it so much. So I'm really excited about this stitch pattern too, honestly. I just think it's so pretty. But anyway, I have gotten a ton done since I last checked in. It has been such a good day. It's been really productive. I've gotten a lot of things done, but it's also been pretty chill. Like, I don't have to leave at a certain time, unlike every other day this week, and so I can get, a lot done without paying too much attention to, like, the time itself. I recorded some content that I needed to create yesterday because I was expecting that it was not going to be a good day for filming today because of the weather. As it turns out, it has actually not rained a whole lot. I see some clouds rolling in now. Okay, yeah, it actually does not look very good out the window right now. And I just put socks outside to block, so I'm going to have to not forget about those because getting rained on would just be defeating the purpose. But anyway, there's been a good break in the rain. So technically I could have filmed some videos, but I didn't want to rely too much on it. And I'm really glad that I didn't. There is still going to be some that I have to do this week, but that's okay. I will manage that when it needs to be managed. But anyway, I have finished the DK Sporty Shorty socks for Claire, are perfectly knotted. Those are now completely done. They're blocking outside, and I just have to send some feedback notes later. So I will probably be doing that this evening. I also have to send notes about the Maple Grove cardigan that I finished as well. So I'll probably do those at the same time tonight. And then other than that, I need to finish up the show notes for tomorrow's podcast because I like to get those done ahead of time. And then, yeah, it's been a really productive day. I'm so grateful. Also, I'm so excited because my research paper that I have talked a lot about in this vlog series is completely done. It is submitted, it is out of my hands, it's in the hands, well, okay, not technically, it's under the care, if I can even say that, of my professor. It's not the right wording, I don't know, she prints it out before she reads it, so I don't even know how to say that, but basically, it's out of my hands, and I will just have to, get a grade and listen to feedback. It's a really big portion of my grade, so I'm hoping that it goes over well, but, yeah, anyway, I have another big paper that I am currently working on and trying to edit that and get it ready to submit early this week, but yeah, it as stressful and difficult and overwhelming as it is of finishing another semester and just everything that goes along with that, it is really exciting to start to see things close. And this is actually my last English class. I had to take 2. It was required, even though, they aren't related to my major. And so I'm just really glad that it's done. I do have a final for that class, but yeah, anyway, gotta figure that out later. But really, really, really happy that that paper is complete and submitted. I'm just so grateful that I was able to get that done. So I'm going to spend the rest of the evening working on this blanket, just stitching away. And yeah, that's my plans. I am hoping that tomorrow is another really productive day. I have a couple things that have to get done, such as the podcast and VEDA and all the things with that. But other than that, I'm really just trying to, be productive and also kind of like at peace and not crazy all the time like I have been this entire week. I was just a mess earlier. I mean, there were so many stories that I could tell from this week. Maybe I will when they're not as, I don't know, fresh. But anyway, it was a really nerve-wracking week just with the awards ceremony and, you know, all of that just, I don't know. It's been a crazy week. It's going to be a crazy week next week too, but you know what? We'll get through it the same way. Lots of things are going to be happening this next week, but I'm going to take the rest of the evening to relax and get as much done as I can, and just mentally prepare for another school week that's going to be starting very, very soon. But I hope you have all had a wonderful Saturday and a good start to your Sunday. I hope that you are celebrating Scrappy Sunday, if that is something that you enjoy doing. We'll see if I can get any scrappy projects worked on tomorrow. I'm not sure. This blanket is really my focus right now because, again, it is being completed. This is kind of a good example of a design that honestly could be released before the sample is even complete. But I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to actually do that, but it totally could be like that. I'm so excited to share this completed pattern with you guys. I will go ahead and spoil it for you. It is going to be for free on my blog. So if that piques your interest, I hope you're even more excited now. But anyway, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you all tomorrow. Bye.